Real estate investing sounds like a great way to build wealth. However, there's several ways that a new real estate investor can make costly mistakes that slows down their progress. Stick with me, I'll be going over the 5 different ways that new real estate investors make mistakes during their first investment and how to avoid them. Hi, I'm Emmanuel, and welcome to If I Can, You Can, the channel where if I can do it, you can do it too. I go over real estate investing and home renovations. Now, always, if you like this content, please like and subscribe below, and I always hear what you have to say. Today, I'll be going over 5 ways that new investors make mistakes on their first deal. Number 1, not understanding your market. Many people just jump into it and try to buy the first thing they find because it's cheap or it looks like something they can afford. If you don't understand how much rent you can get for it, or the local economy, or the demand in the area, you're not gonna get a great deal. Or if you do, it's just by random luck. That's how you avoid it, is by doing your market research and making sure you know people want to buy in that area. The amount of money that you can put for rent will cover your mortgage and then some. And to make sure there's job growth, that you can appreciate the property because more people want to be in that area. Number 2 is going to be underestimating renovation costs. You're going to want to go and get as many contracting quotes as you can before you get into a property that may be over your head. That is a great way to overextend your budget on a renovation. So the way you avoid that is, like I said, get plenty of estimates from contractors and make sure that you have a contingency fund between 10 to 20% of your budget, just in case it goes over, like you find a plumbing issue or electrical issue. You have some cushion in there, and make sure you have accurate estimates from those contractors. Number 3 is skipping inspections. This seems like a great way at first to minimize your cost up front, but it can set you up for failure down the road. If you have a problem that is a foundation issue or electrical issue, these things can cost you tens of thousands of dollars down the road to fix. And if you get ahead of it, you can note to either avoid the deal altogether, or you can use it as a point of negotiation where you can save tens of thousands of dollars off the cost of the house because you're able to acknowledge it and you got a quote of how much it costs to repair that issue before you go and try to either sell it or rent it out or whatever you want to do in the future with that property. Number 4 is not having a financial plan. A lot of people have a set of money that they saved up and they try to jump into something without having a clear financial plan. Now, that's a setup for failure, and it's gonna bite you in the butt at the back end of this because you may run out of money. And when you do, if you have a project that is half done, you're gonna sell at a loss and you're gonna have to be paying that back just to get out of that property. The way to avoid this is have a set plan of how much everything is gonna cost, write it down to the penny, and then on top of that, make sure you secure your funding before you get into the deal. You don't want to show up at the last minute and figure out that it's an 8% interest rate instead of a 4% interest rate, because that will just blow all the numbers out of the water for you and you won't have a viable strategy anymore. And lastly, not having an exit strategy. An exit strategy refers to what you're going to do with the property after you put it in the condition you want to. A lot of people are obsessed with just fixing up the property, and maybe some people can do it themselves or know good contractors who can fix up the property. But if you don't know how much you can either A, sell it for, or B, rent it for, you're not gonna know how much you can get on the back end or not know how to set up the deal to begin with. And really, the way you make money on a deal is when you go and you buy the property, not quite when you go and sell the property. If you buy it at the right price, you know you can sell it at the right price and make a good profit on it, or rent it out for the right price and make a good profit on it that way. But you need to have an exit strategy for either selling or renting and knowing how much you'll make on either of those. With that, you may want to have multiple ones. Hey, you know what? I'm going to rent it, and then if you get to the back end and you don't like the cash flow on it, or the market took a slump in the rental market, maybe you're able to pivot and sell it and make sure you're good and you have plenty of margin when you go to sell the property, that you'll still make some money on the deal. That's all I have for right now. I really appreciate your time. If you have any other advice for strategies or something you've learned recently, please let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. But for right now, that's all I have. I'll see you in the next one.